Alright, so with PSVR2 about a year away, it's time to start looking at what games we might expect to see at or around launch. Keep in mind that while some of these titles are confirmed, a lot of what we'll be talking about here is based on developer quotes, rumors, and speculation. Oh, and obviously, this list is just the tip of the iceberg, and we can't wait for Insomniac, First Contact, Skydance, Vitruvius, Fast Travel, and about 100 other awesome studios to finally reveal what they've been working on for their first big next-gen VR outing.
Enhanced controls and tracking, and upgraded visual fidelity.
While most news regarding PSVR2 has been relegated to PlayStation blog posts, don't forget that we started the year off with SIE President and CEO Jim Ryan taking the stage at CES and revealing Horizon Call of the Mountain. It's an all-new PSVR2 exclusive that bridges the gap between Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West, where, although you don't play as Aloy, you do meet her along the way at some point. We still have a ton of questions about this one, but considering it's been in development since about 2018 or 2019, expect Call of the Mountain to be much more than just Horizon, the VR experience. Back in March of last year, Bankrupt Games revealed that their modern military multiplayer shooter Pavlov VR would be coming to PlayStation VR2, making it one of the first games confirmed for Sony's new VR headset. The news came on the heels of Bankrupt CEO confirming that they'd become a PlayStation partner, and then followed it up with the news that when it launches on PSVR2, it'll be crossplay with the Quest versions as well. Developer Truant Pixel, previously known for their arcade hit 2MD VR Football, is taking a stab at something a little different with PSVR2. In their new game Runner, an obvious homage to Akira, an anime from the late 80s, you're trying to escape a futuristic city on motorcycle, taking down waves of enemies and bosses as you weave in and out of traffic through 7 cyberpunk dystopian levels. Okay, I know the inclusion of this one on the list might seem like a little bit of a stretch to some people, but there are quite a few rumors all pointing to it being true. Half-Life Alyx is widely considered to be one of the best VR games ever made, so if Sony could secure this as a PSVR2 launch title, something that's had great press and awesome reviews, but until now had been a PC VR exclusive, a lot of console gamers would finally get to experience it for themselves, and in some ways would legitimize PSVR2 as a cutting-edge headset, with must-have titles right from the get-go.
We're the only one who saw it.
Boneworks was one of those games that everyone sort of oohed and awed about at launch for its realistic physics-based puzzles, and even though we've come a long way since its initial 2019 release, that hasn't stopped PSVR gamers from wanting to get their hands on this one. Luckily, developer Stress Level Zero has expressed interest in making games for PSVR2, so my guess is that we'll see a port of Boneworks soon after launch, while the team starts gearing up for their long-awaited sequel. And Deep Type Games has taken us on a ride with Hellsplit Arena. First it was coming to PSVR, and then it wasn't, and then it was, and now, well, it's not. But it is coming to PSVR 2, according to the developers. It's an arena fighter similar to Blade and Sorcery and Swordsman, so by the time it hits PlayStation VR 2, hopefully it still has the chops to compete.
Jake, please answer me.
After Blair Witch VR shocked us with its creepy campaign, great visuals, and perfect port over to PSVR, we couldn't wait to see what developer Incuvo had in store for us next, and it seemed like open-world horror survival game Green Hell was the most likely candidate. Now, it's still totally possible this one could make it to PlayStation VR 1, but at this point, I think PSVR 2 might be the better bet. Samurai Slaughterhouse is looking great with an artistic style somewhat reminiscent of the Wii classic Mad World. Think Swordsman VR, but with NPCs and quests, and you're starting to get the right idea. The one-man team at Tab Games has been hard at work on this one for a while, and reportedly even met with Sony to make Samurai Slaughterhouse a PSVR 2 pack-in game. So whether that ends up being the case or not, we should be seeing this one on PlayStation VR 2 around launch.
You know that's not possible.
Upload VR recently reported that developer Coatsink, probably best known for their game Jurassic World Aftermath, has a PSVR2 launch title in development. There's no details regarding what kind of game it'll be or if it'll even come to other platforms, but expect to start hearing similar stories from a lot of different VR developers. With PlayStation VR2 set to be the place to play VR games, every VR developer will either want to port their existing games over to it or develop something truly next-gen.
Create catastrophic change.
No! Friendly.
When playtesters for Resident Evil Village asked about a potential VR mode, the producers confirmed its existence, but were waiting on Sony before talking about it more. And since the PlayStation VR1 version of RE7 was so well done, at the time we assumed that they were talking about a PSVR1 version. But the time for that is probably long gone, and we're left looking at Village as a potential PSVR2 launch game. And now that Capcom has also confirmed that they're bringing us free PS5 upgrades for RE2, 3, and 7, the likelihood of those games getting the PSVR2 hybrid treatment seems pretty likely as well.
I know it's tough. Nothing stays clean for long.
Built as a completely open and non-linear cyberpunk world, Lo-Fi lets you play however you want. You can build and earn credits by patrolling the skies and handing out tickets, hanging out in the arcade and playing games, or trying your luck at the casino. There's also weapons and weapon upgrades, and everyone who's played the early builds of this one comes away fairly impressed. Lead developer on Lo-Fi, Blair Renaud, has said it's coming to PlayStation VR 2, and from what we've seen, it seems like a perfect fit. This one is pretty much a no-brainer. Gran Turismo Sport on PSVR 1 was really impressive, but you couldn't play the full campaign against a full grid of racers in VR mode. And no one seemed more upset about that than the developers. So the assumption here is that Gran Turismo 7, with its realistic driving mechanics, super deep campaign, and practically photorealistic graphics, would finally allow the developers over at Polyphony Digital to deliver the ultimate VR driving experience. The follow-up to Exorcist Legion VR is bound to be something a little bit different. While we haven't seen any screenshots yet, we do know that it'll be co-op, and strangely, isn't being developed by Wolf & Wood, who made the first game. This one seems like it was announced a little bit early, and honestly, I think what we all really want is a PSVR 2 version of Phasmophobia, which I personally think could be in the works as well. Alright, so that's it for now. I tried to stick with the games that we have some sort of concrete info on, but let me know in the comments below what other games you think will be heading our way when PSVR 2 launches in Q1 of next year.